Three choices. Hi, I'm Dr. Leif Smith, and today I want to talk to you about three choices that you have in your life. Three choices that you weren't even aware of. But these are three choices that you make every single day that are going to set you up to either be happy or, as the title says, unhappy. First of all, let's start with some assumptions. And there are three, conveniently enough, assumptions that I want to make sure that we're on the same page about before we move into these three important choices. Okay? So the first assumption here that I need to have you on the same page with, the quality of your life is going to be equal to the quality of your choices over time. I'm going to repeat that because this is important. The quality of your daily life is in direct equation and it's in direct proportion to the quality of your choices that you make over time. You make poor choices, you're going to have poor results. If you make poor choices in terms of eating, for instance, you're going to have bad health over time. If you hang out with the wrong people, you're going to have not so thriving social life, and you're not going to feel good about yourself, and you're going to have lower self-esteem over time. So the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the quality of your choices. Number two, you and only you have the power to choose, no matter what anyone else says. I don't care what is going on in your environment. You always have a choice. This is a very important assumption that we need to be on the same page about. You have a power to choose. It may feel like you do not, but you do. Even if you have a figurative gun to your head, you have a power to choose one way or the other. Now, you may not like the choices you have, and you may not like the consequences that you have before you for whatever reason, but you still maintain the power and the agency to make these choices. Number three, in terms of our assumptions, I'm going to assume, because you are watching this video, that you want to feel better about your life. You want to feel better, so you clicked on this video, and you want to learn something quickly that you can take out and make your life better with. Okay? So these three assumptions are going to guide us before I talk about the three choices. Choice number one that you're making, or that you need to be making better, is how you explain things to yourself and to other people. Now, what do I mean by that? What I'm talking about here is kind of a sense of control. In the research, we talk about locus of control. You've probably heard that term before. If you haven't, this is a basic psychological principle. And what it means when we talk about locus of control is, are you in control of your life, or are external environments and external things in control of you? So does your motivation come from within, or does your motivation come from entirely external means? That's important. Where is your control? Are you acting on your life, or is life happening to you? If you are acting on life, if you are making choices, if you are the master and captain and commander of the ship, quote unquote, ship of your life, that is called an internal locus of control. And that is where we want to be. Now, if you feel life happens to you and you feel like you are not in control, you have an external locus of control and you need to make an adjustment. An external locus of control is passive. In that sense of frame, in that frame of mind, I should say, life happens to you. You sit back and you wait for things to happen. This is kind of a victim mentality, and this is where that can develop. This is where that kind of a mentality can germinate, is when you truly think that life happens to you. If you want to switch that, you need to be more active. We need to flip. Are you going to be the hero? Is this how you're going to explain things? Or are you a victim? Does life happen to you and all the bad things in it? somehow seem to find their way to you in your life. Or you can flip it. Again, we're going internal here with our way we explain things. And we can make it out to be a hero story. Now, there may be some turmoil and some difficulties in the hero story, and those are usually at the beginning of the story for a hero. But it's still, nonetheless, a hero story. Choice number 2, this is a very important one. How are you peopling your life? Now, what I mean by that is, who are you choosing to keep close to you in your life? Friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whomever. The people in your life matter. Why? Well, let's look at this. Well, we are social beings, okay? We are built to be social. We are wired physically to be social beings. Once you understand that, and once you understand that we're wired to connect, we need each other, then you realize that the people that we surround ourselves, will influence us. If you hang out with someone who's very positive, that's going to influence you. If you hang out with someone who likes to go cliff diving and likes to jump off a roof from time to time, you're going to be influenced by that, either consciously or unconsciously. Just like being influenced by someone who's persistently pessimistic, an Eeyore of sorts. You are going to be influenced by that, whether you realize that or not. We also need to understand that we are creatures of habit. Why is this important? It's important because we do the same things over and over and over again. So if we're putting all these factors together, what we realize is our environment, our social environment, matters. Specifically, our daily social environment. What we do every day. Who we hang out with on a daily basis. That matters because the people in your life make up your environment. And your environment has a tremendous influence on whether you're going to be happy or unhappy. Choose the people around you carefully. They can either make you or break you. And it can be slow or it can be quick. Choose people that make you better. Choose people that tell you the truth. Choose people that support you in a way that you need to be supported. Choose people that make you laugh. Choose people that try to improve their life. It's very motivating to have friends and people around you that are constantly looking for ways to get smarter, better, faster, stronger in whatever areas of their life. It's hard not to pick up on that motivation and to have that influence you. Conversely, if you hang out with people that are pessimistic, going nowhere, unemployed, not motivated, you're going to be a lot like that. You're going to be influenced like that. That's going to become your new normal. And folks, that's not okay. If you want to be happy, that is not okay. Choice number 3. We've talked about 2, and here comes number 3, and this is an important one. The choice on whether you're going to magnify the pain that you're going through in life, or are you going to magnify the pleasure, the good things that are going on in your life. We have to understand the biology behind this, okay? And what I'm saying there is what we focus on matters at the cellular level. If I focus on something at the cellular level, in our brains, in our neurons start firing. So if I'm focusing on what's going well in my life, if I focus on what I'm happy about, there forms in my brain a neurological pathway that starts wiring together for gratitude. The more I fire that pathway, the more I think about things, the more grateful I am over and over and over again, the more I make that a permanent pathway in my brain. So putting my attention and my focus, for instance, in this case, on gratitude, magnifies it, meaning it makes it more long-term. It makes it more likely to wire permanently in our brain. And the more intensely we feel this gratitude over time, the more likely it is biologically to stay hardwired for a longer period of time. I hope that makes sense. But the bottom line here is what you focus on matters at the biological level. So I want you to pay real close attention to what you focus on. This goes back to choice number 2 and choice number 1. Specifically choice number 1 with how we explain things. Okay, it's very important. You have a choice in how you want to explain things. You have a choice in what you want to focus on in life. When I talk to my clients, I talk about depression as a choice to focus on everything that's going wrong in life. So in that sense, depression is a series of choices that become habits, that become wired ways of thinking in our brain that we engage in over and over again. Pay attention to what you focus on because it's very important biologically. The more you focus on something, the easier it is to focus on it the next time. Thank you for watching this short video. I'm Dr. Leif Smith, and I help people get better, be better, and do better. I would love to have you subscribe. I would love to have you part of my community. And I would love to have you drop a comment on how this video has helped you. Until the next time, take care, and I will see you soon.